Hey guys, this is another concert review, another Osborne Music Movie Wagon review, so let's get right into it. Today I'm going to be reviewing the 2012 Rockstar Energy Drink Uproar Festival. I went and saw it in Syracuse, New York at the Great New York State Fair. It was a great festival and a great experience for myself. After experiencing 2011's Uproar Festival last year, which had Avenged Sevenfold, 3 Days Grace, Seether, Bullet for My Valentine, Escape the Fate, and Seven Dust, just to name a few bands, I was hoping that 2012's Uproar Fest would be a great follow-up to last year's. And dare I say, it was a really great follow-up, really great bands, really great performances. So I'm going to tell you all the bands that played and every performance I was able to see. Now, as we were getting into the show, the opening band of the whole day was this band called Cruise. This is where you guys kind of tell me where they had a great show, because we were in line getting our merchandise and wristbands to meet one of the bands at the show. So you tell me. From a distance, they really sounded good. I'll definitely give them a listen to when I get a chance. Next up was the Battle of the Bands winner, Face the King. Face the King, I was unaware of their existence until I went to Uproar. Now, Face the King, I thought was a really good band. You know, they had some hard rock elements with some piano elements mixed into them. They kind of had some little indie elements mixed into them. Definitely a really great balance of sound with those guys. I'll definitely give them a listen to. So that's Face the King. Next up on the side stages was the new band Mindset Evolution. Now, again, like with the other two bands, I was unaware of Mindset Evolution, but Mindset Evolution was actually one of the best main side stage band performances. Well, to my friend Paul, and I think this is kind of a little true comparison, they kind of had elements of Buck Cherry and Sugar Ray mixed together. You know, they had a little bit of rock and roll elements along with some pop elements, and they blended really well. So I would definitely give Mindset Evolution a shot. I've already listened to their debut album, and it's brilliant. Next up would have been Candlelight Red, but it was blazing hot out. Me and my friends went to go gorge some Rockstar energy drinks in the Rockstar Energy tent. I had like 2 of them before we went back out there. But then again, another fill-in-the-blank experience for you guys. Tell me how you thought they were. Candlelight Red from a distance sounded really good. I'm trying not to be too critical of these bands because I didn't watch them really too much. Then after Candlelight Red was the former Hollywood Undead member Deuce. Now, I'm not a big Hollywood Undead fan, and I wasn't really too sure how Deuce was going to sound. Honestly, I gotta say, Deuce really didn't do anything for me. I mean, their opening song was a Hollywood Undead cover they did on Dead, and, you know, he kind of spent most of his time asking if any of our friends have ever backstabbed us through the whole Hollywood Undead thing. I don't know. So I just skipped Deuce. I didn't really pay attention to him that much. I'm not a big Hollywood Undead fan, but I know for certain I think Hollywood Undead has a little bit more of a better sound than Deuce did. Now, next up was In This Moment. Now, this is my second time experiencing In This Moment, so I was definitely excited to see these guys again. They blew me away. I mean, I was right up front. I got to see the guys up close. Their 2 guitar players and their drummer stared me and my best friend Justin down, which was a phenomenal experience. They were promoting their 4th album, Blood, and they really played a lot of the songs off Blood, but they were able to make the songs of Blood, blend in with one of the songs they performed off their other album, which was Blazin', I believe. But other than all, they were able to make the songs from Blood sound great live. It's just probably one of the best sets I've ever seen in my life. Probably one of the best experiences of my life. And I could definitely tell because before that I had a few more rock stars, and then after that I was feeling the force. My chest was hurting me. So In This Moment, definitely a highlight of my experience at Rockstar. Next up, and closing the side stages, was Fozzy, fronted by WWE wrestler Chris Jericho. Now, this is another fill in the blanks where you guys tell me how they were, because When Fozzy was playing, I was in line with my friends to meet Shinedown and get my CD signed. Now, from a distance, Fozzy sounded pretty good. I mean, he's definitely in a hard rock band, a lot heavier than I would imagine. My friend Justin, who I went with, wasn't really too happy that Fozzy was there because of Chris Jericho. He's not too big of a Jericho fan. But from a distance, to me, Fozzy sounded really good. I would definitely see them fully again, but if I'm not meeting in line. So Fozzy was good. In This Moment was phenomenal. Mindset Evolution was good. Candlelight Red was good. Cruise was good. The only band that really didn't do it for me was Deuce, so that's okay. Now, on the lineup, it said POD and 1,000 Foot Crutch were announced to be on the bill. However, they were not at the State Fair show I went to, which is definitely disappointing because I'm somewhat of a POD fan. They got some pretty good songs. And then same with 1,000 Foot Crutch, even though I only know 1 or 2 songs by them. But it's sad it's sad that POD and 1,000 Foot Crutch weren't there. So hopefully I get to see those guys at some point. Next up, we go to the main stage, and we have the opening band of The Latest Way. Now, another fill-in-the-blanks where you guys tell me how they were, because I was in line getting a drink, getting some soda to calm my heart down from all the rock stars. The Latest Way from a distance sounded really good, a really good hard rock sound, a really hard-edged sound. It was kind of sad I missed them, and we were also conversing with a few friends of ours who went with us as well, so we kind of just took a break after seeing the side stages. So, The Latest Way didn't sound too bad. I'll definitely give those guys a listen and another check out. Next up would have been Papa Roach, but however, sadly, Papa Roach were forced to pull out of the Uproar Festival after the first 5 dates due to Jacoby Shaddix developing a nodule on his left vocal cord and needing emergency surgery. Definitely disappointing for us and definitely disappointing for the festival because Papa Roach is definitely a really good band. Now, I'm going to lay a little egg out there. A lot of people were complaining that Papa Roach canceled and that they were the only reason why they ever came to a show like this. Now, if you're going to a rock festival and there's only one band you want to see and they end up canceling on you, just don't go. I mean, save your money for another festival, or just don't complain about it, I mean, festivals are about discovering new bands and discovering bands you've already seen before, but wondering how they pan out however many times you've seen them. But all complaining aside, I wish Jacoby Shaddix a speedy recovery. I can't wait to see Papa Roach again. I can't wait till their new album, The Connection, comes out on October 2nd. Jacoby, get well, man. Even if there isn't any more Papa Roach shows for a while, your voice definitely needs resting, and we all wish you the speedy recovery. So, after The Latest Way was Stained. Now, this was my second time experiencing Stained, and my first time was great. This time, experiencing Stained was phenomenal. Aaron Lewis is definitely one of the best frontmen out there, and one of the most activated frontmen on the face of this planet. Stained were able to blend in a lot of the old classic songs, such as Outside, It's Been a While, For You, and Right Here into the Sound, and even Mud Shovel, while bringing in a lot of the newer songs from their self-titled CD, like Not Again, Paper Wings, Something to Remind You, and Eyes Wide Open. So Stained was perfect, and Stained didn't do a lot of crowd interaction, but once in a while, Aaron will tell us to sing a part of the song he wants us to hear. So they did they did some crowd reaction, but most of it was short but to the point. Coming up next was the co-headliners of the night, Godsmack. Now, this was my third time experiencing Godsmack, and Godsmack can deliver a performance no matter how bad the day can go. But Godsmack were able to deliver again. Now, Godsmack does have a tendency to bring in a lot of the greatest hits into their set, which isn't a bad thing at all. We love to hear the greatest hits. I mean, Godsmack played The Enemy, Straight Outta Line, Awake, I Stand Alone, Crying Like a Bitch, Whatever, to name a few of those songs. And always as a given for us Godsmack fans, they do their traditional drum battle where their drummer Shannon Larkin has a drum riser which will go off onto one side of the stage, and right on the other side of the stage, and there's a curtain, and up comes the curtain is another drum kit in which Sully Erna is able to bring out his other drum kit and battle and Shannon. definitely won a shot, definitely a highlight moment for Godsmack, and definitely a great highlight, because this is my third time seeing them. It was great. And in the drum battle, they were able to incorporate they incorporated a cover medley of songs that pays homages to their heroes, which they played Back in Black by AC/DC, Walk This Way by Aerosmith, and Creeping Death by Metallica. So Sully and the boys definitely knew how to deliver. Just like Aaron, Sully Erna, another great frontman, very funny. So if you get a chance, go see Godsmack. They will never disappoint you. Now we go to the closing band and headliners of the night, Shinedown. Now this was my third time seeing Shinedown. As you guys can see, this is my experience of seeing these bands again, but I don't care. It's a festival. I don't really care. Shinedown, definitely one of the most prolific and most successful rock bands of today's generation. Now, this was my third time seeing them. Getting to see them on the Amaryllis tour. Now, they were able to incorporate a lot of the great songs from Amaryllis, playing Enemies, I'll Follow You, Bully, and Unity. They played a lot of those great songs, although I would love to have heard songs like My Name Is, For My Sake, Nowhere Kids, and Adrenaline. And they were able to incorporate a lot of the great hits, such as Sound of Madness, Diamond Eyes, If You Only Knew, 45, and Fly From the Inside. And there was a very, very heartfelt moment right towards the end of the set. Brent Smith and guitarist Zach Myers came out with an acoustic, and Brent stated that Zach Myers' grandfather had passed away the day before the show, so they decided to play in honor of his grandfather their beautiful cover of Lynyrd Skynyrd's hit Simple Man. Now, it was definitely a highlight moment. It was phenomenal. And halfway through the song, and halfway towards the end of the song, Zach just lost it. He was very emotional, very powerful song. So definitely Shinedown was a very good highlight. It was great seeing those guys again. And just like seeing Aaron and Sully, Brent Smith, another great frontman, and probably one of the greatest songwriters of my generation. So overall, the Uproar Festival of 2012 was a great experience, getting to see some bands I've seen before, getting to see some new ones, getting to meet Shinedown and getting my Amaryllis CD signed. It was a blast. I'm definitely anticipating Uproar Festival 2013, which I definitely can't wait to see. Now, on a side note, I kind of want to bring this up a little bit. I just got done watching an interview with Maria Brink, the singer of In This Moment, and Zach Myers of Shinedown. They interviewed each other wondering, one of the questions they asked were, where will they be in 10 years? And Maria mentioned the fact that they would love for Shinedown and In This Moment to tour together. Brent, Maria, I'm going to tell you this right now. I would love for that tour to happen at any point in the future. But please, make it happen right away. Because after the Uproar experience, I would love to see a tour with Shinedown and In This Moment. It would be a blast. And I think if we get enough people to do this, I hope you guys can get this tour happening. Because it would just be one of the most kick-ass tours I have ever seen in my life. Get maybe Shinedown, In This Moment, and the opening band, I'm not too sure about, but we'll let you guys decide that for yourself. So, Brent, Maria, please make the Shinedown and In This Moment tour happen, because I think a lot of us would love to see that. So that was my review of the Uproar Festival. More reviews to come soon, and stay tuned. Take care.